Welcome back to Drafting with Mark, and in this video we're going to take a look at another simple shape that we can create using AutoCAD. Now as you can see from this one, there's not a lot to it. We just need to figure out where we're going to start from and how we're going to create this. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start. So before getting started, let's take a look and make sure we have everything we're going to need. So I'm going to first start with this hole here, or circle, and it has a diameter of 50, so that's going to be where we're going to start at. From here, I'm going to build off of here and go up and figure out where I need to go, which is going to be 124 from here. So that'll get me to this center point, and then we're going to rotate and do some things off of here. Now there's two different ways that you can do this. So once I get up to this point, I can draw this line just using the regular polar coordinates, or we can set our polar tracking. But I want to introduce you to another command. So in this one, I try to keep you with some different commands or different ways of thinking about it. So on one side, I will show you how I'm going to do this just using the polar tracking method. And then the other side, I'm going to show it to you just showing you another command that you can use. All right, so let's switch over to AutoCAD and go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the normal setups that we usually do. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and turn the grid off. Next, I'm going to go ahead and turn my ortho on. Let's go ahead and take a look at the running O snaps that I have set up, and that's what you see here. And everything else we can kind of switch back and forth from. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is draw that circle that has a diameter of 50. So I'll choose circle, center diameter. Just going to click here on my screen and I'll type in 50. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom the extents. Next, let's go ahead and create another circle that's going around it that has a radius of 71. So I'll go to circle, center radius. I'm just going to kind of touch my circle here, and then I can click on the center point, kind of give it a little preview, and type in 71. Let's go ahead and zoom the extents of that. So now we have both of these circles. I'm just going to zoom out just a little bit more. Next, I'm going to go ahead and create this line going up. So I'm going to go a line from this center. And then I'm going to go up that distance of 124. Alright. So now I told you I was going to show you two different ways, right? So one way is I can do is with the polar tracking. So if we set our polar tracking to the 30, 60, 90, and then if I activate it, and by default your ortho should go off. So once I select here, I'll have this one. So I can just draw a line now, going here, and now that line is rotated over 30 degrees. So when it clicks here, as long as I have it highlighted on that green, I can type in the distance that I need, which in our case is going to be 112, right? If you didn't know that and you drew this line up here, and I'm going to rotate this line, so I'm just going to go to rotate. I'll select this line here, go ahead and pick the end point here, and then I'm going to give it the angle that I need it to go, which is going to be 30 degrees. That's rotating counterclockwise, so it should be a positive number, right? But you know that this line is 124. The other command that I was going to show you is that underneath the modify, let's take a look at lengthen. So we're going to go to lengthen. Then I'm going to go to total. Then I'm going to tell it how far I want that line to be. So 112. Go ahead and hit enter. And now the way the lengthen command works is that you're going to select on the part of the line that you want to change. So I'm going to click at this part of this line. And when I do that, you see that it did shorten that line. Let's go ahead and escape out of that. Alright, so now we do have our circles there, and they are created. Let's go ahead and next create our other circles here that have a radius of 30. So let's go circle, center radius. We're just going to click at these two endpoints. So here, that's going to be 30. We'll do the exact same thing again. And this one is 30. If you want, let's go ahead and create our other line, and this one has a kind of a weird number on it. So it goes down a distance of 139.879. So that's easy enough for us to create. So circle, center radius. I want you to touch this endpoint and then get the tracking off of it, right? So I have my snap tracking turned on. Once I got the green tracking lines, I'm just going to type in 879. Okay, so 193.879. Go ahead and hit enter. It should place that circle somewhere at the bottom there. And then this one has a radius of 30. All right, so the rest of this that we have to do is just nothing more than trimming. So let's go to the trim command. And then what I like to do is start by getting rid of this big circle first. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim out everything that this big circle here is in contact with. All right, so the next thing I can do is I can go ahead and trim off these lines since I don't need those anymore. And then the last thing I can do is just go ahead and trim off these part of these circles. All right, so as you can see, this was something that was really simple, but I wanted to highlight and show you two different commands that you can use. The polar tracking is the more effective way to go, but the lengthen command, if you have a line that's drawn at a certain length, you can't always make that object whatever length you want it to be just by using the lengthen command, right? So if you found this video any kind of help to you or any useful to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Also in the comments, tell me how you feel about the black background. I've been doing this for a few videos now, and I don't know if some people like it or you want me to go back to the white one. Doesn't matter to me. Just go ahead and let me know in the comments. So thank you for watching.